So today we're going to be using algebra to find missing angles in diagrams where we have parallel lines cut by a transversal. So let's start by filling in the blanks in today's notes. Equations can also be used to solve for angles when a transversal cuts two parallel lines. First, determine if the given angles are supplementary or congruent. Remember, it can only be one of those two when we have parallel lines cut by a transversal. They're supplementary if we have one acute and one obtuse angle. They're congruent if they are the same size. Set up an equation. If the angles are congruent, you're going to set them equal to each other. If the angles are supplementary, you're going to add them and set them equal to 180. Then you're going to solve for x. And last, you're going to substitute the solution into each expression to find all angles. I'm going to go through the first 4 examples with you, and then you're going to try the last 2 on your own. Okay, so for number 1, again, first we have to figure out, are these two angles supplementary or are they congruent? So if we take a look at this one here, that's an obtuse angle. This one here is also an obtuse angle. And hopefully you're recognizing from the past couple days lessons that those two are alternate exterior angles. Therefore, they are congruent. Since they're congruent, we're going to do, like the notes above say, set them equal to each other. 6x equals 4x plus 36. Then we're going to start to solve for x. So we can start by subtracting 4x from both sides. So we get 2x plus 30, or 2x equals 36, bringing down my equal sign. Then we divide by 2, and x equals 18. So we found x. Now we want to find all the angle measures. So by plugging that in, we have 6 times 18. And 6 times 8 is 48. Carry the 4. 6 times 1 is 6 plus 4 is 10. So it should be 108 degrees. I can plug it into the second one just to make sure. 4 times 18 plus 36. 4 times 18 is, well, 4 times 8 is 32. Carry the 3. 4 times 1 plus 3 is 72 plus 36, which is also 108 degrees. So all the obtuse angles are going to be 108. And again, we want to find all the angles, so we also have to find all the acute angles by doing 180 minus 108, which gives us 72 degrees. So all the acute ones would be 72 degrees. Okay, so it's really not that bad. Just a lot of little steps that you got to remember to do. You got to make sure you solve for x. You got to make sure you plug it back in and find all the angle measures. Let's take a look at number 2. Okay, so in number 2, we have two angles right next to each other. We have this obtuse angle and this acute angle. Together, they are supplementary and form a straight line. So since we know we have two different size angles, we know they have to be supplementary in this case. Supplementary adds up to 180, so we write our equation, 4x plus 18 plus 2x plus 18 equals 180. Combine like terms, 4x and 2x is 6x, 18 and 18 is 36, equals 180. Subtract the 36. 6x equals 144. Divide by 6. And x equals, well, 6 goes into 14 twice. That's 12 with 2 left over to make 14. And 6 goes into 24 4 times. So x equals 24. But again, that is not my angle measure. That's just x. So now we have to plug it in and find the angle measures. So we're going to do 4 times 24 plus 18. And 4 times 24, well, 4 times 4 is 16. Carry the 1. 4 times 2 is 8 plus 1 is 9. So that's 96 plus 18, which equals 8 plus 6 is 14. Carry the 1. 9 plus 2 more is 11. So it's 114 degrees. So that means all my obtuse angles should be 114. Then we're going to plug it into the 2x plus 18 as well. So 2 times 24 plus 18, that's 48 plus 18. 8 and 8 makes 16, carry the 1. So 4 and 2 makes 6, so it's 66. And that makes sense because 66 and 114 do add up to 180. So all my acute angles are 66 degrees. Okay, moving on. Let's see if we can do some more. I lied. I'm only going to do 3 with you. You're going to do the last 2 on your own. So taking a look at number 3, we have an acute angle and another acute angle. Hopefully you're recognizing those 2 angles as being alternate interior angles. Therefore, they are obviously congruent. So I set them equal to each other. 8x minus 26 equals 5x plus 10. Start by subtracting 5x from both sides. We get 3x minus 26 equals 10. Add 26 to both sides. 3x equals 36. Divide by 3. And x equals 12. Again, that's not my angle measure. That's just my x. So we have to plug it back in to solve for the angles. So plugging 12 in, we get 8 times 12 minus 26. 8 times 2 is 16. Carry the 1. 8 times 1 plus 1 is 96. Minus 26 gives us 70. So that means all of my acute angles should be 70. We can double check with the 5x plus 10. So 5 times 12 plus 10 should also be 70. 5 times 12 is 60, and 60 plus 10 does make 70, so we did it correctly. Then we're going to get the supplements, the obtuse angles, by subtracting 70 from 180. And we get 110. So all of the obtuse angles are going to be 110 degrees. Okay, so you're on your own for the last 2. Make sure you're really paying close attention. Decide whether they are congruent or supplementary before you set them up. If they are the same size, being 2 acute or 2 obtuse, set them equal to each other. If they are different sizes, 1 acute, 1 obtuse, add them up and set it equal to 180. I'll be around to help you out. Please make sure you raise your hand if you need any help.